Hello everybody, welcome back. It's Minecraft on the Block, and you might be wondering what this monstrosity of a gate system is in front of you, and I'm going to describe that. But I also wanted to point out that we got our Obsidian. I put up the Obsidian cross, which I thought was pretty cool. So we got the Obsidian generator working. Thanks for everybody that gave me comments on that. It was a lot of fun to do, and I like it. I've got a fair amount of Obsidian now. I'm going to be using it quite a bit. But I wanted to talk about the gate system. So apart from the fact that the wall now looks like I don't even know how to describe how bad it looks. At this point it looks pretty bad. I'm probably going to have to do some redesign of the wall in general based on this, but I haven't walled it in, and I was going to build this in front of you guys, but then I had so much trouble with it that I decided I needed to get it all worked out, and then I would describe it to you. So let me just show you what it does. Right now it's a system where we click and the gate opens, and we can walk through, and then we get to the other side, we can flip the switch and the gate closes. So forget the fact that this is all uglified in here. We'll finish that up a little bit here a little later, but I wanted to show you guys how this works and why it was such a pain and how to overcome. So, and we'll probably play a little bit with putting different things in here. I got some glass and just straight up wood and I don't know, slabs, and I was going to try all kinds of stuff. The coolest look is actually this, I think. Let me show you. Gate. That's kind of cool, because then it just looks like a gate. The problem is you can't walk over that, because that's a block and a half high, that gate. That's what it takes up. So when you try to walk over it, you're screwed. So I put wood down. I actually think it's probably a slightly better solution. It doesn't look that bad. I mean, you could probably do a much bigger version of this, although I don't know if I'd want to at this point. Anyway, so let me just kind of show you how it works. All right, so, and it is late, and I've been messing with this all night, so I'm sorry if I sound like it's late, but let's go down here. So a couple of things that make this difficult, and I want to talk about those and maybe help anybody out that's interested. What we have right here, basically this set of blocks right here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, this 6-block set right here, this is an XOR gate. So basically this is what allows us to have the switches on both sides work. And what it does is it takes the input, so these are the input wires right here. All you have to do, you could just as easily put a switch right here. So get your power from your switch down to behind these blocks right here, holding these two redstone torches. If you get them down there, that's your input wires. So don't worry about all the insanity that gets it down here. These are the input wires. Get the input however you want to. And then the output is actually, let's see, I'm trying to think what I want to make sure I don't mess something up here. The output is actually this set of wires right here. So now nothing is on, right? Both sides are unlit. So if we go over here, that's the best way out of this monstrosity. It really is an ugly mess, and I'm sure I will make it prettier as we go. So let's flip one of them so we can see what the gate looks like. So now the right hand gate is active, right? So the power coming out of this is active. A lot of this has to do with the fact that redstone torches, sorry about that, I hit the mic. Redstone torches have strange effects when they're powered. So a powered redstone torch is actually unpowered because a redstone torch provides power itself. So this, you can see that this has power coming into it, which turns off this side of the XOR gate. And this one has no power coming into it, which turns it on. And that's because redstone torches provide power themselves, as do switches, right? So the switch is feeding the power into this, which means that it's this one, which means it's off and is not feeding power into this one. And if they're both flipped, then it's feeding power on both of them, and who cares, right? So, well, actually that's not true. If they're both flipped, that's what this whole thing is about. If they're both flipped, let me go show that. Then that's when the whole XOR thing comes into effect. And I don't know if I can get over there. I might have screwed myself out of being able to demo this. Let's see. There we go. All right. Okay. So now both switches, both of these are feeding power, but this one is not. So I can't explain it. You can see because they're not coming out of this one, these are both off. It's really, I mean, it all has to do with, you could see that before just these two are on. When both sides of the XOR gate are on, that actually means that both of these are going to be off because whatever. I can't even explain it right. The point is that this is an XOR gate. There's schematics for it actually out on the Minecraft wiki site under Redstone. I don't know, I think it's like the Redstone circuits part of the page. Anyway, you can see how to do that. The XOR gate is the key to this whole thing. Okay, so the difficult things, one thing I had going on here was that I was bringing power just directly in from the side, which actually, no, I wasn't. Well, I was bringing power in from the side to start with. That's obviously a problem because the redstone stuff is directional. I had a block right here. So if I was to get rid of this and place a block here and then put redstone on top of that, that doesn't work. Let me make sure it doesn't prove me a liar. Yeah, that doesn't work, right? I still am not 100% sure why. Something to do with the way that redstone, I don't know. It's a redstone torch thing, and again, I'm not going to try to explain it. I'll just sound like an idiot. But anyway, make sure that you put this is important. This is an important piece. It needs to be feeding the block from the ground and the back. So both of these XOR gates, same is true on both sides. That was the first thing that I hit. Another problem then is once you get that going, these you know, again, just follow the schematics exactly. Your input wires have to be on the ground behind these redstone blocks. And I'm sure people in the comments will give us a lot of information as to why that is. Your output wires, obviously, you can do whatever you want with them. This is a single output wire, and you can split it off and go wherever you want. This is the biggest pain in the butt, I think. I had so much trouble with this. So it's basically getting power to all of these, six pistons. So there's the one down here. So you feed the block underneath this piston, no problem. That one was pretty easy, right? We could get up here and feed the block directly under this piston. Also not a big deal. Again, I probably, if I had just thought about it, it wouldn't have been as big of a deal as it was, but I was trying to do a lot of feeding from this side, and, you know, it's just, I mean, you got to just have a lot of room for this crap. And I also, so anyway, I'll talk about something else in a minute, the ways that you can vertically transfer power. But so what I did was, instead of worrying about this top block, or this top piston here, which is right above, right there, instead of trying to feed it from back here, I ran the redstone across because I knew I was going to have to get to the top anyway. This right here feeds that one. You can see that I have some repeaters because I'm running wire way too far. So this is the first time I needed a repeater. This repeater right here is the first one that causes a delay. Since you have a repeater, even a repeater that is in the first position ends up having a little bit of a delay. So anyway, that runs up and feeds the bottom piston. We run it up here, and along the way it's feeding the top piston right from this block, or I don't know, maybe this block. I think this block right here. And then we run it all the way up to the top and we feed this piston, which is the top piston. And then another repeater here. You can tell that the signal's getting pretty weak. Another repeater here, run it around, and now we're feeding the other piston, the other side piston over here from that block right there. So the block directly on top of the piston. So that's how we got the redstone around there, and that's how we got this ridiculous, god-awful wall situation. So I'm probably going to do a couple of things. Man alive, we got 4 minutes left. It's going to be dark here in a second. I'll go take you down and show you the adjustments that I've made to the Obsidian generator as well. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to make this look as good as I can, and I'm going to give it, I don't know, I'll have to do some actual design work on this thing to not a picks, I got a diamond pick, to get it to look a little bit better, but you guys get the idea. So hopefully next time you see this, we will have a much better solution to the ugliness problem, although I can't promise anything. So you get the idea. It works, and that's all I wanted. Maybe we'll go sleep real quick because I got 4 minutes left, and I want to show you two things. So one of the other things that I wanted to do was just show you a couple other materials that we could use in... I had a creeper situation here. You guys probably, if you're used to seeing me jump up and down here, I got a creeper blow on me right there, so I had to reconstruct the earth. One of the things I wanted to show you guys was putting something else in here just for fun. I mean, basically the cool thing is we can just build our gate however we want. As long as we don't mess with our pistons, we can just put whatever we want in there, and we can put glass or anything that'll stick to these pistons, right? So I kind of thought this was cool. It doesn't really fit with the castle gate look too much, but you know, it's a glass door. It's kind of cool. That would definitely be cool for like an airlock or something, and I'm sure people have done something like that in like a Star Trek mock or whatever they do, the builds that they do. I've seen some pretty amazing ones. Okay, so anyway, you get the idea. We could do glass, and I'm gonna have to break all my sweet glass here. And we could do dirt or doors. I haven't thought of too many cool things to try. I haven't really done much with it. You could put slabs just for fun. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, that's kind of cool. It's like bars. So I mean, you get the idea. You can do some cool stuff, and if we had this dug out one more deep, that would be actually pretty cool. That would look like just kind of a bar gate. So anyway, I'll probably leave that one there for now. So, well, the problem with that is that it leaves this hole. See, I mean, it's a friggin' pain. But you get the idea. So let's put this back how I had it, because I think my favorite so far is the wood with the fence. And I think it'll actually look pretty cool when it's retracted, because you can see once I get the other ones over here, it'll look, oops, can't do that. It'll look pretty sweet. So if I haven't already bored you to death, let's go take a look. And I wanted to show you the changes that I made to the Obsidian generator. I promised a tour of the castle, and we're not going to do that today. I want to do a little more work on it before we do the tour. But okay, so the Obsidian generator was another monstrosity that was out here taking up all this space. So basically I moved it back here. So this is the Obsidian generator, and here is the redstone chest. So oops, I already had some redstone. Let's just use that. So that's the redstone chest. That's where we keep it. And then we have the push to clear button, which you push and clears that. Then we've got the lava start button. So let's just go ahead and run this. You guys probably haven't seen it, at least in the video, you haven't seen it run successfully yet all the way through. So anyway, you can see that this is much simpler. This was a lot easier to organize, but basically just running from that switch around, we can manage the lava pool and the water pool, and then get into the chamber easily. So we'll just run this once. So flip it, lava comes on, it's going to come down, it's got to flow from 2 blocks high, and then it will make it 3 blocks long. And I think it was I don't know, I can't remember who it was. Somebody definitely gave me some information about that in the feedback that lava will only flow 3 blocks down, and I don't know if that has anything to do with how high it starts or whatever. But anyway, you get the idea. So that now it works pretty slick. I won't bore you with the mining. We only have 15 seconds left. I want to say a couple of things. Divergent Volume suggested a feast hall, and that is a great idea. We will definitely be making a feast hall. I'm not sure. I have some ideas, but I'm not sure I'm going to do that. Oh, I also wanted to show you this. The buzzer's going to go off right now, but I wanted to see if I could show you this. So when this is on, I don't know if you guys remember, I was like falling through the floor. And I kept saying, like, what in the world's going on when I was building the Obsidian generator? Well, it had to do with a repeater block that is on, and I'm probably not going to be able to do it now. I was able to reproduce it the other day. Basically, it had to do with this, and I since I have a block below me, if I fall through, I'm just going to be like a half a block deep. But it definitely was happening, like right here, and now it's funny. I knew that was going to happen. So I cannot get it to actually. There we go. So see, I fall like a half a block through, and I was falling all the way through, and I kept hurting myself. But when you guys were watching, I didn't think I was crazy, but that's what happens. So you can get stuck like this, and you just hop out. So anyway, got to go. I wanted to thank CTTC again for the door inspiration. I did quite a bit of retooling on that to get it how I wanted it, but he definitely had he had a pressure plate that you walk on. I just didn't want the enemy to be able to get to me. So anyway, I think that's it, guys. I really appreciate it. Sorry that this was kind of fast talking and and all that, but tell your friends, give me a thumbs up if you liked it, leave comments please, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks again.